Okay, so done the pockets on the tray, which is what we like to call it. Now I need to do the pockets on the inside of the covers. So I want to kind of do them so that they're fairly sort of matching. So what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of black cardstock just so that there's a little bit of a border all the way around. But what I want to do is I want to do the same thing like I did with these pockets here by adding some of the Tim Holtz paper over the top. But what I want to try and do is to put some finger holes in them. So to do that, what I've done is I've got 2 punches, just one slightly bigger than the other. I've got one which is 1 3/8, my 1.5 inch punch, I can't find it anywhere, and the 1 3/4 one's disappeared as well, or doesn't work. So that'll have to do. So this one I'm going to punch half a circle out of the pattern paper, and this one will be the smaller one, so that there'll be an even border. I'm hoping there'll be a border all the way around anyway. So they're already cut to size. So this is the paper that I've chosen for the pockets on here. So what I want to try and do is to have this kind of on both pockets, one at the front and one at the back. So what I'll do is that because this is more this way than it is that, I'm going to cut this one first. So these are cut at 12.5. So I'm going to cut these at 11.5. I'm going to start off cutting at 11.5. I seem to have lost my paper trimmer again. Oh, I put it away. Right, so let's cut these down first of all. So 11.5 centimetres, which is going to give me, actually it's quite a lot, isn't it? Let's just do it at 12. Let's do it at 12. Okay, and then this side I'll do at 12 as well. So get rid of that. Just put that to one side. Now, originally they were like that. Now I'm going to swap them over to be like that, so that you get more of them on. All right, so height wise the pockets were 10, so I'm going to do those at 9.5. So that's one, and then that one at 9.5 as well. Put that to one side, and we're done now with the paper trimmer. But of course, not done with the distressing, so I'll just go around. Actually, I need to punch first, won't I? So let me just line that up, and then I'll grab a pencil. This is what happens when you tidy up. You put things away. So I've already put a mark halfway on the black card, so I know where to punch. So I'm just going to line that up and then put just a little bit of a pencil mark on the paper and do the same thing. I'm probably going to end up losing the owl now. That's going to be irritating, isn't it, if I do? Okay, so the smaller punch will go in and just do not all the way, not even halfway, and do the same at that one. Hopefully that will be pretty much the same. And then what I can do is I can line up, yeah, that one, and then just go in a little bit further. So when I do that, yeah, it's not perfect, but you know, it is what it is. If I'd had the right sized punch, then it probably would have looked a lot nicer. There we go, but that looks okay. That doesn't look too shabby. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay, so now that I've punched those, now I can distress the card. So I'll go away and distress this lot, and then I'll be back to do the gluing and the sticking. Distressing done, so I should just grab some of the glue. I'm desperately in need of some new. Come on. It was working earlier. I may have to fall back on some PVA. I was trying not to use PVA because I don't always like the way sometimes it makes the card buckle because of the water content, and I've kind of running out of the spirit glue. But I may have to fall back. I'm not going to be able to go and get any more glue until tomorrow, and I need to get these videos done. Now then, now that that's down on there, and I can see that might just need nibbling out a little bit more. So I'll have to try and find 1 3/8. I might have to find the 1 3/4. See if I can. Right, let me just see if I can find some different glue. I'll try some of the PVA, the Indigo Blue Grab and Go. So, oh, actually, I've got glossy accents there. That should work. Excellent. So I'll just put a little. And glossy accents is just a bit watered down gloss gel medium anyway, and it'll hold anything pretty much. It'll stick glass to glass pretty much, we know that because it does resin and all that kind of thing. Okay, so down we go, and you do get just a little bit of wiggle room with it. Yeah, I might just go in a bit further with that. It's better. It's not perfect, but it's more in keeping. Okay, so we've got a couple of pockets there now. So in fact, we may as well carry on using the glossy accents then. All right, so all I want to do, just move that out of the way a little bit, is just a real thin bead, because I'm not going to need a huge amount, because this will grab sufficiently. That'll work. And then drop it down just so there's kind of like an even border. Just like that. So I've got classical music playing downstairs today, British radio station Classic FM. You can listen to it online as well if you're in the States or whatever, because it is obviously internet based. Well, they do broadcast on the internet, so you can listen that way. We've got a DAB radio, digital radio. So the camera's just cut off again. So DAB radio, yeah, and we've had it for about a year, but I've never bothered to put the presets for the channels in. So it's always just been a case of scanning for the channels that you want. But now I've taken the time and I've actually programmed in all my favourite radio channels. So, right, just burp that to make sure that the nozzle is clear before putting it away. So they're now up to that stage where that's going to have grabbed. So like we did with the stickers on the pockets for the tray, I want to add some bits of ephemera, not necessarily the stickers this time, but I want to add some, maybe a little bit of Tim Holtz's stuff. Because we've got owls there, I kind of like the idea of maybe putting in a little bit of owl imagery or something else that's got owls in there, and then maybe a couple of obligatory oh, there's another big owl there, look. Ooh. That's going to be too big, I think. Too much. So that could go there, and that one could go down there like that. I don't know. I may have to just audition a few pieces. Mr. Bentley's running around with his teddy now, look. So maybe that. I'm trying to get a little bit of colour in that to just balance that red which is above. So if I can find a couple of poison labels, that might just balance that out a little bit. Don't necessarily like that owl just there on its own there. Kind of like that jack-o'-lantern though. Oh, yes. Yep, I think that's what we're going to do with that one, or maybe just a smaller toxic, maybe like that. Maybe swap that for something else, maybe a small one, maybe another. I should have had this rake in my bag before starting to film, but you know, you get the general gist. What's that at the bottom there? That's another little pumpkin. I must have another red poison. Yes, there we go, you see. Ta-da. Okay, so do a quick on that, and a quick on that. And then just quickly whip around. I'll do that. Oh, both the puppies have just turned up, which means it must be tea time. Must be gone 4 o'clock because they're hunting for the tea. Okay, so feed me. Okay, I better go and feed them and then I'll be right back. Right. Livestock fed. Okay, so I've gone round and done all of the edges with the distress ink. So let's just get some of these items stuck down. And it is just going to be a case, really, of seeing what fits best. So, and it may be at a later date. You might find something else which also goes quite nicely. Yeah, and I think I'll have him down there. So I've just got a little bit on there. That'll do. So it might be something that you could maybe put on there later. That's the thing with these kind of projects, they're never actually quite done. Even when you think they're finished, you'll probably find something else that you kind of like the look of to add to it. Right. And of course there's still this gap up here that we need to address. So I need to also find a bit of an ex libris, I think, to put be on the inside front cover. There we go. So what are those little... I can see some little circles. No. Now I think that'll do for now. That'll do for now. Don't want these videos to go on for too long. So there we go. So that's the inside front cover pockets done. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.